Making money is not as easy as it sounds, and it's certainly not as hard as it seems. Many people have defeated the odds. Our world is full of rags to riches stories. People have left trenches for the comfort of luxurious mansions just because of their choices. Welcome to the Luxious. And today we'll be talking about self-made billionaires you can learn from. Have you ever wondered how the super rich people beat the odds and increase their wealth into billions of dollars? One might think that there are a whole other class of humans who are smarter, luckier, and stronger than the rest of us. Well, the truth is, these billionaires are just like you and me. They once struggled in life and faced challenges and issues that many of us are confronting. However, how did they break through, conquer their fears, and grow their fortunes to amazing heights? In this video, let us take a look at some of the most successful self-made billionaires and what we can learn from them. Usually swapping places with Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett is one of the most popular and easily one of the most philanthropic and likable billionaires of our time. He is notorious for being frugal and for his ability to spot undervalued assets. He is also known to spend very little on whimsical items and prefers to keep his cash in things that grow in value over time. While skipping an espresso or two might be too much for most of us, it could be worth keeping your expenses in check and gradually reallocating your cash to investments instead of unnecessary expenses. The reclusive private investor James Richmond was not born to wealthy parents. However, he gradually built his own wealth and people who entrusted theirs with him by using his often frowned upon ability to notice patterns in the financial market. Born with innate pattern recognition capabilities, he grew up with Asperger's syndrome. It is a high-functioning autism spectrum disorder that is characterized by impaired social interaction and repetitive patterns of behavior. With very little encouragement from his teachers growing up, his ability to notice patterns proved to be a beneficial skill in building his wealth and others. People close to the investor shared that his perseverance and making the most of his natural abilities will not only help provide one an edge in their dealings, but will make one appreciate talents and abilities that come naturally to us. Becoming the richest man on the planet is not an easy feat. However, Bill Gates was able to do just that despite being a college dropout. The self-made billionaire therefore knows where he's coming from when he says that it's okay to celebrate success. But it's more important to take the lessons of failure to heart. His success was built on his failures and through his tenacity to keep going and trying new ventures. Keeping this in mind, you can anticipate that your first try may not always be successful. And there's certainly no such thing as an overnight success, as most people we have on the list have built their empire with both ups and downs. Gates knows a little something about failure. One of the most famous and successful tech entrepreneurs in history, Gates was first a college dropout. Still, in his time at Harvard, Gates told his professors he would be a millionaire by the time he turned 30. He did them one better. In fact, by age 31, he was a self-made billionaire. It wasn't an easy path though, and even his epic philanthropy work hasn't produced enough good karma to completely insulate Gates from failure. In fact, his philanthropy efforts have sometimes failed. Gates admits he regrets some programs, such as science that didn't work or a lunch program the government failed to take over. Even so, he keeps trying. Each new venture is informed by the failures of his past, which has most certainly played a huge role in his earning the number 2 spot on Forbes' ranking of the richest people on the planet. How rich, you ask? Well, we're talking about a net worth of $81.4 billion. If it seems like Donald Trump always has his irons in a number of different fires, it's because he does. But he doesn't get emotionally attached or married to any of them. The insanely wealthy understand better than anyone else the value of their time. Entrepreneurs often struggle with the feeling that their idea, their business, is their baby. It's a dangerous mindset that can result in unwillingness to change, the exercising of too much control, or hanging on to a failing model too long. Every moment counts. If an idea isn't working out, you have to know when to cut your losses and free up their time to try something else. Amazon's CEO Jeff Bezos is a tech leader many love to hate. He certainly takes his fair share of criticism and then some. His company has faced criticism and controversy since its launch, with Bezos' personal business ethics and management style often thrown into the mix. Still, Amazon has revolutionized the way we shop online. Bezos understands that changing the game invites criticism, and he's okay with that. If you have a business idea and want to shake up an industry, you'd better get okay with it too. It may seem like everything Mark Cuban has touched has turned to gold, but his upbringing wasn't exceptional. Cuban grew up in an affluent suburb of Pittsburgh and found his entrepreneurial spirit at just 12 years old, when he sold garbage bags to pay for a pair of shoes he coveted. After earning his BS in business administration at Indiana University's Kelley School of Business, he did a short stint as a salesperson for a Dallas software retailer and was fired within a year. Cuban's first business, Micro Solutions, was sold to CompuServe for $6 million. His next venture was exponentially larger and more lucrative. With a partner, he founded AudioNet, which would become Broadcast.com in 1998. A year later, in the dot-com boom, it was acquired by Yahoo for $5.7 billion in stock. The rest, as they say, is history. Cuban has faced his fair share of controversy over the years, but now owns the Dallas Mavericks and is a star investor on ABC's Shark Tank. Forbes put his net worth at $2.7 billion, making him the 652nd richest person on the planet. Cuban loves investing and business. You cannot argue that he's not fantastic at it. Do what you do best or don't bother. The internet has forever changed the way we communicate, and the vast amount of information available about individuals and businesses. The world is watching. Even startup entrepreneurs can find themselves under the microscope to varying degrees. You may think your actions go unnoticed, but apps like Secret and social networks like Facebook mean nothing is ever really private anymore. Customers are watching, and potential investors are also watching. They're not as interested in what you say as what you do. Do not disappoint. And on that note, it's time for us to call it a day. But we do hope that you liked the video and found it informative. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to click the bell icon.